Hey guys, it's Pressley. Welcome back to Cool Conversations. I am so excited for today's guest, guys. We have Jadah Marie.
Hi, everyone.
I am so excited that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here,
Guys,
of all.
Jadah and I go way back.
Yes.
Like,
diapers. I'm just kidding.
since we were born.
Yes.
But like, honestly, it feels like I've known you my whole life. But
Yeah,
what is it?
Same.
When did we even meet? Do you remember when we met?
It was a birthday party. I think
Wait,
it was
was
like,
it?
I think it was. Was it
I don't
not?
know, but as soon as we met, I was like, okay, this is bestie. This is twin.
Literally
This is twin.
twin.
But I'm so happy that you're here. If you want to tell
Aw.
everyone who doesn't know you, like a little bit about you.
Yes. So hello, everyone. I am Jadah Marie. I am an actress, recording artist, and entrepreneur. I had to throw that in there. You might know me as Celia from Descendants 3 or as Flynn from Julie and the Phantoms.
Yes.
Or as my role as Morgan on Family Reunion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She does all the things. When we first met, I did not know that you were in Descendants. And I remember
That's
when I
so
put
funny.
it together, I was like, oh my gosh.
Wait.
Wait. I know. Okay, wait. So backstory. When did you get into acting?
So I got into acting around like 4 or 5. I started off doing like commercials and print work, like baby modeling.
Yeah.
But then I really, like my main goal was like, I want to be on TV. I want to be on a movie. And my dad was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, yes, I want it. And so then he signed me up and I was about 6 years old when I like fully started theatrical.
Really? I didn't know that. Was
Yes.
like was your first like big role Descendants, or did you do stuff before that?
It was my first big role. I
Mhm.
did like guest stars and then I was on like this TV show for 3 seasons.
Oh, really?
And it was with Tamala Mann and David Mann. They're like
Okay.
from Tyler Perry's Medea.
Oh.
And so they did like a spin-off and I was on that TV show.
Wait, that's so fun. How old were you when you
Yes.
did that?
I was 6. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
wow.
like 6 turning 7 up until I was 10 or 9.
Wait, that's crazy. I didn't know that. What was that
Yes.
like being so young on like a big set?
I honestly
From like what
had-
you remember?
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know.
I was pretty young, but I do remember having just so much fun. And that's
Yeah.
when I remembered like, yeah, this is definitely my passion. This is definitely what I want to do at like
Yeah.
7 years old. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, but that's so awesome. And then obviously stepping into Descendants, like
yes.
that's a huge franchise and like such a big
Yes.
project to be a part of.
Yes.
Like, what was that whole experience like?
oh my gosh. It's like, I feel like all the time I'm like, I was definitely dreaming like that entire time because I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like I was like, pinch me, is this real? It was such a surreal moment.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. Everybody there, like everyone, Dove, Sophia, they were just amazing. Cameron, they were all just such amazing people to work with. And I couldn't have asked for better, honestly.
Honestly, that's such an insane project to have been a part of. And like, I like literally could not imagine. How old were you? Were you like,
I was 12 turning 13 when we were
Wow.
filming. And then when it came out, I was 14.
oh my gosh. So you like definitely like grew up on the first 2 movies.
Yes.
And then like
Yes.
being on it.
I
that's
was
so cool.
obsessed. Like I did it for a talent show for school.
Stop.
I did Rotten to the Core.
You manifested it. You manifested
I literally
it.
did. I was like, yep.
Wait, that's so fun. Where'd you guys film that?
We filmed that in Vancouver.
Oh.
Yes. So that
that's
was like
fun.
my first time actually going out of the country.
Mhm.
And I love Canada so much. Like,
I feel like, is that where you guys filmed Julie and the Phantoms too?
yes.
Oh my gosh. Wait, okay.
So
wanna
I
hear
went
about
back.
that. You went back. Wait, okay. Now Julie and the
Yes.
Phantoms. That show. I love that show. I can't talk about it. It should have been renewed and I will stand on that. But what was that
thank
experience
you.
like? Like that show was, everyone loved it.
No, that show was so much fun to film. Like, also working with Kenny again was so much fun.
He's so cool.
Like forever top favorite directors, and he's just phenomenal. He's an icon, a legend.
Literally.
And working with him for Julie and the Phantoms was kind of like second nature because I was already working with him and we were already super
Yeah.
close. But it was so much fun. And I got to meet like my closest best friend that I have now, Madison.
oh my gosh, so sweet. I
Yes.
love that.
Yes.
Honestly, like that's such a insane experience and like so cool. Is that when you like, did you start doing music after Descendants or after Julie and the Phantoms?
I I think after Descendants, I came out with my single staycation. And then after Julie and the Phantoms, me and Madison, we collaborated on a song together called
Oh, wait,
Main
I didn't
Thing.
know that.
Yes, we collaborated. We were like, okay. We were actually going to start a group, but then like just our lives, and she lives in Pennsylvania, I live in LA. So it's just like, it was just going to be hard. But yeah, we're like, we might do another one, but we're thinking about it.
That's so awesome. And obviously, like, you still travel with like some of the cast from Julie and the Phantoms for like different like things, right?
Yes, we went to Brazil and Paris twice, and I know some of the boys in Madison have gone to like the UK, and
that's crazy. Like that. It was a couple years ago now, and like it's the Phantom is still so strong.
Yeah,
and I think that that's so awesome. It's like you've been a part of so many like insane franchises with
Thank you.
Descendants is obviously huge, and then like this is like it's just so cool to be a part of.
Thank you. I know. I loved it. Like absolutely loved it, and I know. I wish we had that season 2.
Oh my god, me too. I remember my mom and I watched this before I even knew you, and I watched it and I was like, wait, there's no more?
No, literally.
What do you mean there's no more?
No more? No, that's exactly all of our like reactions. We were like,
but I will say, like, for even I feel like just one season was like an insane experience.
No,
and then
it really was.
Obviously, circling back to music, when did you like think like you wanted to start doing that and exploring that?
Yeah, I think right after Descendants, because I've always wanted to be like a pop star, and like I've always seen like Zendaya's era of her being an artist, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And so after Descendants, when they told me like, oh, we're gonna have you sing on like a couple tracks, I was like, oh, like, and then but I had to audition. I had to sing for the audition. So I kind of already knew, and obviously knowing Descendants, but I didn't know I was going to have to sing. And so I went to the recording studio, and it was so much fun. And I was like, let me bring this back to LA. So like literally a couple months after I came back from Descendants, I like went into the studio and just started like creating like my vault, I guess, like of just music.
That's so fun. Honestly, like it's just like writing and like finding your sound has got to be like one of like the best, hardest, but also the best like experience ever. It's okay. Guys, my mom just sneezed. Everybody say bless you. Bless you.
Bless you, queen.
But anyways, I love that. And I think it's so cool how you like do so many things. And obviously,
thank you.
You said you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So like obviously being a part of such big projects came like with a social following.
Yes.
So like when did that like start after Descendants, or you feel like more after Julie and the Phantoms and like
more after Julie and the Phantoms? Like not a lot of people know, but I was like vegan for 5 years.
Wait, what?
I was vegan for so long. Yes. It was from this like right after this. It was a little bit before Descendants, and then like I went to Canada and I was like, I want a steak. Okay, I want a steak, and then so I started eating meat after that. But then right when I came back, I was just like strictly vegan. My mom is still vegan to this day. Yes, it's crazy. We were vegetable girls. Okay, vegetables. Like I know it's so random.
I didn't know that. Wait, that's so insane.
Yeah. So, but like the only really like meal that I felt like was like good, but then was also like vegan and like good for me was acai bowls.
Stop. This is my favorite, like, this is my favorite Jadah, like, aspect of like, okay, can you like tell everyone like about this?
Yes. So I own a franchise called Ubatuba. I own a location.
My favorite acai literally ever.
Yes. I don't own the whole franchise, but me and my dad and our business partner opened up a store in Pasadena. And it's Ubatuba Unlimited Toppings Acai Bowl, okay? It's imported straight from Brazil. It's the most authentic acai bowl you can get in California.
My favorite, guys. It is so good. And I remember when I found this out about you, I was like, are you kidding me? Because like literally I would eat that all the time. It is
me too. That's where
favorite.
I was like, okay, I need to like do something, because I'm like, hello, like my dad's like, we can't just keep on going to Ubatuba every day. And I just loved it. Like
it's my favorite. Like I don't even want to say like side quest of yours, because it's literally a full on business.
I know, they're like 24/7.
Like she's like a working girl, guys. Like she's like on it. But I remember I was like, That's like so cool. Like it's so like niche and so cool. And I feel like not a lot of people know that about you. And I
know. It's kind of like on the low. Like I post it all the time, but like I feel like people are just like, why is this girl posting acai bowls like 20%?
Okay, that's what I thought at first. I was like, okay, period. Like she really loves
obsessed.
Acai. Like, yes. But then come to find out, like literally you're a businesswoman. You do it all.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, well now circling back to when you first started acting, like you said you kind of like knew that you wanted to do it your whole life, but was there like a moment that like really like shifted, like you're like, okay, like this is kind of what I see myself doing for the rest of my life?
Right. I think that just being a child actor was kind of a little bit like on and off, because it's just like you want to be a kid, but then it's like you also like want to do all of these franchises and all these things that, you know, some other kids don't have the opportunity. So I just was honestly like constantly in my teenage years just kind of going back and forth of like, do I want to do it or do I not? But I just, every time I'd go on set, I'm like, nope, this is exactly what I want to do. Nope. But it was just always that downtime where I'm just like, is this worth the crying and the tears and the rejection? But no, it really is like what I want to do forever. And I feel like I've only had little bits of my life where I'm like, should I really? But then like I book something that I really love and I'm like, no, there's no way I can do anything else.
No, I love that. And then like obviously like you said, you are still like you were still like normal and like you obviously like grew up when you were doing this at like from such a young age and like you were experiencing like normal life as well. So like what was that kind of like, you know, like growing up on sets and doing all these things, but also still like being normal?
Right. I feel like I had a great best friend that really helped me throughout childhood. I've known her since I was like 4 years old. Shout out to Alina.
Shout out.
But yeah, I feel like, you know, having that support system, especially with my family, and I come from a big family. So especially having that support and also having like my best friend being like, girl, it's okay if we don't hang out for like 7 months. Like, we'll come back. Well, don't worry about it. I'll see you when I see you. But no, yeah, I think that just having a big support system around me just made it even better.
No, I agree. I think that like I was talking about this earlier today. Like, I think that that's like the biggest thing that's kept me grounded. And like, you really need to surround yourself, like just in life in general, with people that support you, but especially being in this industry, like it's so hard to get caught up in all of it. And I think that like having people that like bring you back to like reality is
reality check.
So important.
It really is.
Like obviously you've done such a good job of like being like normal and staying like grounded in who you are.
Yes, I try. I mean, I try. Like, I really do. But it's really important to like separate yourself from your craft and just to also find time for yourself. Yeah. Because you can get wrapped up in a lot, especially with like recording and acting and like owning your own business. Like, it's so hard to find that time for you. But then like once you're like, no, like self-care is needed.
It's needed.
And like also like being a child actor, it's like, go to the movies. You know what I mean? Like go to the movies, hang out with your friends. Like it really helps you like make you feel like a kid. Because when you're working, it's like, dang, I'm like kind of a mini adult. But it's no, like you're still at the end of the day when you walk out that set, you're still 14.
No, it's crazy. I feel like I felt like I always was mature, I would say, for my age, just because I'm an only child. I was around my parents all the time and like around adults a lot. But I will say when I started like really working, I felt like you had to be like an adult. And I feel like it was the same for you, where like when I was working, I was always working with adults. Yeah. And I was always the youngest one on set. So it felt like you had to like not live up to that, but like kind of.
Yeah. And also fill a shoe that like you didn't even know you could fill that much. Like, and also just like, I don't know if any 6-year-old or 7-year-old like learns professionalism at such a young age, but it's like especially learning that, and then also learning like do's and don'ts of set, and also just other things. I feel like just shapes you into the mature, you know, the more mature version of your age, I would say. Yeah.
But no, it's so true. Like really like remembering like, hey, like you're still a kid, or like, you know, like you're still like normal too. Like it definitely like, I've had to like find things to like really like ground myself. Like what are some things that you do to like stay?
Honestly, hanging out with my family. I have so many nieces and nephews that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm always around them all the time. So I would say just like hanging out with my family. Remember, like my family humbles me. My mom humbles me. Like she's humbled me like my whole life, but it's just so like needed, especially being in like the public eye and all of those things. My mom's like, don't forget to wash some dishes. Don't forget, hey, you got off set a couple hours ago. Them dishes and the laundry needs to be done. And same with my dad too. So I feel like, you know, they always made time for me to be a kid. So it's just like, where are your friends? Go out and hang out with your friends. Like stop the script for like 5 seconds, go out to touch grass. And that's, I feel like my parents really, really helped me too. And yeah, hanging out with them and my family, and also just paving time for my friends and going out malls. And
it's so important because I feel like some people get like lost in it all. And then like, I think if you do that, you just get like really burnt out. Like it's unhealthy. And if it's something that you like want to do for the rest, this is with anything. Like honestly, not even just like our industry, just like with anything in life. Like
even sports.
Oh my gosh, like dance, like growing up.
These
like
athletes, like they just like have some time to breathe.
Literally, because if it's all you're doing, it's like you just get so like easily burnt out. That's why also I love that you're similar to me in the way of like you do so many other things. Like it's not like you just act, you do music as well. And like not saying you have to do like multiple things, but I think it's nice because it's like everything is so different, but it's all like still connected. Yeah. But like for you with acting and music, do you like approach them differently or like kind of like with the same mentality?
I feel like with my music, I feel like before I kind of took on both of them the same. But I feel like now that I'm like starting back up music again and I'm doing a little bit different things, I really want to take on music a little bit differently and really make it like, because with acting, like you're different people all the time. Like you're literally like too many people all the time. And I feel like with music, I finally want that to be like, okay, this is Jadah, this is her sound, this is her lyrics, and this is who she is, rather than like my characters that I play, because you don't really like, obviously you give your spin of like your own self in your character, but it's not really fully who you are. You're still portraying somebody else. So I feel like with my music, I want to make it more me and like more Jadah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, well, with acting or even with like music, with like a song, has there been like a role or a song that like really helped you like shape who you are as a person? Because I feel like you can find, for me, I've like really found myself with music, and it's like helped me like figure out like who I am really.
And you're killing it. I'm always like, yes. Why you gotta be so cool? Period. Why you gotta be so cool? Yes. I would say like the music that I honestly put out before, like my last single, Girl on Fire, I feel like that was more me.
I love that.
But it still wasn't giving like the most potential that I know I can give. It was just like, hey, this song, I love it, but I'm just going to give it to my fans because it's like, they've been asking for that music and I've been feeling so bad. Like I feel so bad, but it's just because I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to music. It's different than acting, because with acting, I'm so trained to like just pop out and like go on another character, go to another character, go to another one. But I feel like with music, I'm like, no, I'm like a perfectionist. And like, I still get comments like, it's 2020 and I'm still like, in 2020, you said there was an EP, like, where is it coming out? And I'm like, 6 years later and we're still like thinking about this EP.
Well, it's insane like how long it really takes to like create something that you're like very proud of. Like for me, I worked on my music for 3 years before I released a song. And it was like, at first, I don't even know if I've ever even said that. At first, I thought I wanted to do country music.
Okay.
So all my first demos are country music. And then I was like, okay, this isn't really my vibe. And then so I switched everything. I tried like a whole new thing because I was such a perfectionist with it too, because it's so like vulnerable, I guess. And it's so like you, because really you're not playing a character and you're not like whatever. It's literally like your own creation, your own voice, like being shared.
100%. Yeah, that's why I feel like being a perfectionist is so key, and especially music, because I'm like, I'm so like literal. Like I'm like, no, if I like it, I'm like, I love it. But if I don't like it, I'm like, scrap it, on to the next. Let's write right now and do a whole nother one. Like, yeah.
It's a lot. But it's also so special because it really is so you, and you get to like really like express yourself in a completely different way.
And you learn more about yourself too as you're writing and as you're, recording. You're like, oh, I like this better. And then you're like, oh, I don't like that. And you kind of learn so much. And yeah, I feel like I've been doing music for quite a while, but I just feel like throughout the years, I wasn't really like ready enough. That's why I kind of gave out singles that I was being told that like, oh, these are good. But I'm like, I don't know. These are good, So I feel like as far as my music that's out right now, I just can't wait for the world to see my new music because I feel like it's a little bit more me.
No,
a lot more me, honestly. Not a little bit, a lot more me.
I'm so excited. Like even like your most recent one, I loved. I remember when you played it for me, I was like, oh yes, like I love it. But I'm so excited.
Yes, I love.
Okay, well, obviously you give off so much confidence, and like you have so much confidence, and you're so like,
thank you.
Just like confident in who you are. Is this something that like came naturally to you when you were younger? Or is it something that you've like kind of learned along the way?
I feel like it's so funny because like everybody says like, oh my gosh, you come out so confident and all that stuff. And I'm like, I had a pep talk. Before social interactions just because it's just, especially being like on social media and like being in the public eye, people already have like, is that the right word? I'm trying to find the word. Sorry, y'all. I had to stop for a second. It's like they have their own perceptions. Yes. Perceptions. There we go. That's the word. Sorry, y'all. I was homeschooled for 5 years. Sorry, y'all. But it comes to me a little late. But yes, people have their own perceptions. And I'm like, I always want to like not live up to that, but I always want to be like the light. And I never want to be like, like, ooh, is she having a bad day? Because it's like, if you have your own bad day, it never like should go to other people. And I even bring that to my business. Like all of my employees, I'm like, smile, guys. You guys love acai. Remember, we love acai. Because it's like when you come into an establishment or when you meet somebody, like your first impressions really matter, especially just like, like, and I just like, have you ever been to a restaurant and they're like, ooh, they're having a bad day. But it's like, that's not your fault. Yeah. And so it's like, I always tell just everybody, like, you just gotta be happy. You gotta be just like, love yourself, trust yourself. And I remember I saw this one thing on Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. And it was like, love yourself more than other people should love you. Yeah. And I'm like, yes. That's so true. Because no matter what you do, like, love yourself. Like no matter what you want to pursue, like love yourself, trust yourself, and you will succeed. So I feel like that's what I like always tell myself. I'm like, girl, you got this. Like, you're a queen. Don't remember. And also like, just like, I feel like words are so powerful. So it's like when you speak stuff, like it's like, you don't want to speak bad on yourself because then you like, you start think about it. You start to believe it. Like I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. But then I'm like, girl, no, you're not. You're a queen. Smart. You're amazing. You're smart. You're talented. You're amazing. You're this. And then my boyfriend's in the back like, is she okay?
Shout out Shane.
Shout out Shane. Yes. Period.
Oh my gosh. No, I love that. And it's so true. And you kind of touched on this a bit, but like, do you ever feel like a pressure to like live up to like the image that you have online? Like even when maybe you're not like feeling your best or like really feeling like it, do you kind of feel like you have to?
I feel like it depends because it's like growing up I feel like definitely when I was younger, I definitely, because I've always been like the funny, crazy, like crazy girl. And I feel like when I was younger, I definitely tried to live up to that or always tried to be that person. But like now that I like just was like, once I turned like 19, I was like, yeah, I'm done. It's been some years. I'm like, I'm going to be me forever. So I'm like, I'm done like faking for anybody. I'm just like, I'm me.
Honestly though, like I think that is so much better and such a better mindset to have. Like, I don't know. I just think like, like you're saying, like it after a while, it's exhausting. But also like, for me, I feel like when I'm watching videos on social media, I can like kind of tell like if somebody's like faking it or like trying to be someone they're not. Like you can like really see it, and
you really can. And like I'm like every time I watch a video, I'm like, oh, I know their social battery is low.
Yeah,
like I know it's low because when I used to fake it, my social battery used to like I would go home and just crash.
Literally.
Like I'd just be like, my social battery is not here, y'all.
Yeah.
But it's like when I started becoming like actually myself and also surrounding myself with the right people, I just was like, I'm me. Love me or hate me.
Yeah,
honestly.
Exactly. But that's
love
like,
me.
it's so, sorry, but that's just it. No, I love it. And like, it just makes everything better. Like
it really does.
And it makes everything that you want to do, that you felt like you had to be someone else to do, easier.
Yeah.
And better.
Yeah.
Like it's not healthy at all. Like you gotta be who you are.
Be who you are.
It.
Yeah.
And that's it. Ugh.
That's it. Quote that, y'all. Be who you are. That's it.
That's it.
Press. Literally.
Press and Jadah.
No, Press and Jadah. Yeah.
And Jadah. No, I love that. Okay, well then obviously, since you've been in the public eye for a very long time, like how do you kind of like filter out what you want to share versus like what you don't to like, you know, protect your peace.
Protect your peace. I'm very about that.
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel like being in the public eye, you choose to share what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I really use that a lot because some things just don't need to be shared.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like once it's on the internet, it's forever. So it's like like I wish I could get some of these photos of me online.
Some
like,
of these TikToks of me when I was young. Guys, I can't. Some of them like resurface and I'm like, it was so scary.
No, I wish somebody told me this before I started my Instagram account. Please do not post every selfie. Please do not post everything.
You don't need to.
I did, and it's like
it's so it's scary.
haunting. So I definitely feel like I'm more of a professional or a perfectionist.
There we go.
See, a couple tries, yeah. Remember I was talking about that. But definitely a little bit more of a perfectionist with my Instagram and just making sure like I don't share too much. And yeah, just also because the internet is a wild place. So it's like you really got to be safe.
No, 100%. I definitely, I feel like I've kind of always been a little cautious of like what I fully share. Like, I don't know. I am very open about like everything in my life just because like, that's just like what I was doing like on social media. I was just sharing my everyday life. But like, you know, like personal like relationships or friendships, like not everything needs to be shared because the internet like can ruin things so fast. It's crazy.
So fast. Yeah. That's also why, like, with my relationship, I was like, I don't know, should I post or should I wait or should I post? But then I just stopped caring. See, that's where it's like I had stopped caring. And I'm just like but also you choose what to post and what not to post and certain things like that. But yeah.
I don't know. You're like so similar to me and like
I know, we're literally twins.
No, we literally are twins.
We're literally twins.
Okay,
all I need is a blonde wig and we're twins.
And we are literally twins. Stop. This is like the most serious I think we've ever been.
I know, literally.
I'm like, this
we're
is
like
so
professional.
like sitting up straight.
I know, I'm like a hunchback right now. And I'm like, wait.
And I'm like, sit up straight. Okay, well, back to, you know.
Yes.
Back to what we were saying. What do you think has been the hardest part of like this whole like journey that you've been on and like chasing like all these dreams that you have?
Right. I think that finding myself was probably the hardest thing, just finding what I wanted to do and finding out like my likes and dislikes. Because it's just like when you're working so much when you're younger, you kind of like miss the whole like discovering yourself, especially because I was homeschooled and I wasn't really in school that much. I would just have my best friend over like all the time, but I never had like that other like realizing other kids lived differently than me. And so once you realize that, like it's like so funny because there's another Instagram post, thank you, that it was like you really don't know how you were raised until you're hanging out with like other people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like lacked that because I always thought people were like me and I always thought everybody was an actor and everybody was like, I'm like, oh, you're not going to set right now too? Oh, what are you doing? School? Oh. So like I feel like finding myself and also just like snapping back into reality when I do come home was probably the hardest part and like adjusting. I think the first couple of years of me like having to quit sports and me having to do all of that stuff was really hard at adjusting my lifestyle.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that it's like I was the same way. And like even like growing up as like such a competitive dancer, like that's not really that normal either. Like obviously people do very competitive sports, but I was like always in class. Like I was always like doing all these things. And I remember I would like come to school and I'd like miss a Friday because I had to go to like dance competition because my solo was at Friday night at 10 p.m. But I like people didn't find that normal. Like people didn't find normal that I came to school on Monday with fake eyelashes still on.
No. They're like, why is your hair still in a sparkly ponytail?
Why do you have glitter everywhere? And why do you have black eyeliner all on your eyes? Because I had that big wing that I could not get off.
Oh my gosh. It was so funny too because I had to leave like a week to film. I filmed this TV show called Blue Bloods.
Oh.
And
wait, you were in that?
Yes. I was in an episode.
Wait.
I was like 7. Oh, no. I was like 12 or 11. How'd I go from 7?
Nope, actually I was 12.
Yeah, nope. Actually, I was 25. But yeah, so I was like 12. It was like 6th grade, and I begged my dad to like put me in middle school. I was like, no, I'm gonna eat this up. I'm gonna eat this up. Don't even worry about it. Right on the first day of school, I got booked for Blue Bloods, and I had to leave for a week.
Stop.
I came back and I failed the whole semester.
Wait, okay.
My teacher failed me the whole semester because I left for a week, and I was like,
wait, this was literally me with 6th grade. This is when I lived in New Jersey at the time, and I was
shout out
Jersey.
Shout out Jersey. Sure.
But I was here. I was in LA, and I was just like here for like dance or like whatever. And I missed the first like week and a half of 6th grade. I got there. First of all, new school, didn't know how to work a locker, literally nothing. And then the principal was like, "Yeah, so you're actually over your absences for the whole year." And I was like, hey, so this is not going to work for me because I actually have to leave tomorrow. But so then I did homeschool. But like, no, where was I even going with this? Oh, that it wasn't, that it's not normal.
Yeah. It's not.
It's not normal. And I think that like that was something I learned it so quick. And I'm very like grateful now to like also have a lot of my close friends do similar things to me, but also have friends who do the complete opposite. And it really like helps you like shift your mindset, I think, and like really stay grounded and being like a real human. Because I feel like, you know, when you're auditioning a ton and you're like just doing a bunch of things, you hear so many different opinions of like who you are and like what you're doing. You can kind of like get like stripped from like who you actually are.
Yeah.
So I think that like having some normalcy is like literally huge.
It really is. Like I wanted to continue competitive cheer so bad.
Wait, you did cheer?
I did.
Wait, I did not know this.
Yes. I did it when I was younger. So I was like, I had a 6-pack at like 8.
I feel like everybody who does competitive cheer does. It's crazy.
No, and dance too. Like
not me. I was like one of the I had like my like little like outfits and they had like my like little belly like hanging over it, and I did not care.
You ate it up though.
In the world. I don't care in the world.
No, cheer was like a different thing. Like I did cheer from when I was like 8 to I would say 12.
Really?
Yeah, I did it for so long. Even I think a little bit prior because I just loved like tumbling. I did gymnastics too, but I really, really like sticked with cheer and I loved it. But then having to quit that, I was like, oh my gosh. Because of school, I would leave all the time. So like I feel that. That was the hardest, honestly.
It's hard, but like, yeah, it's so worth it too. And like, I don't know.
I know. I miss it. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, can I still do a back handspring?
I did not know this. For some reason, I thought did you do competitive dance?
I didn't do competitive dance. I just danced like all the time at Millennium, Playground, all that stuff.
I forgot you're like from here.
Yes.
This is crazy. I was just talking about this earlier today. I was like, I feel like you don't meet many people who were like born and raised in LA or even in California that like live here now.
It's hard. And we also have a bad rap over here. So it's like us LA natives are fighting for our lives. Like, no, I promise we're nice. Like, I know we're not always like how we are seemed. But no, yeah, I grew up born and raised California.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I love it here though.
No,
I literally cannot imagine me living anywhere else.
No, this is what I was saying. Like, even though I'm not from here, I feel like I've lived here my whole life. And like
I have, honestly. You're an LA native with me.
Thank you. The fact that you told me that makes me feel so good. You know, people are like, oh, you're a transplant. And
no.
like I promise.
No,
like,
but I've said this like off camera too. I'm like, no, you're like, to me, you are.
I just feel like I was meant to like live here. You know,
you were
like
100%.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yes, we're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Because if you would have never like No.
No, it would have not.
Because I don't even want to go to that. No, because you were meant to be in my life. So.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
I'm so glad that like we have like found each other in this industry. Like honestly, like I think it could be really hard to make friends that are doing similar things to you.
Yeah.
And like especially like genuine friendships because again, this is such a competitive industry and like
I was gonna say that.
Like not that we're all kind of like competing for the same thing, but like we kind of are. And like, you know, it can be hard to like find people who support you, but also like you can support them and like you're working towards the same goals and like not getting competitive.
Yeah. I think that was also really hard for me, which is why I stuck with like my school friends growing up. Cause, and just like my friends that I grew up with since I was younger because of how I felt like I couldn't have like a genuine relationship with somebody in the industry, which is why I was so like kind of cautious coming into relationships and friendships and all of that, just because it's like, you know, it's like I want a friend. I want a friend. And especially growing up where it's like, you know, other friends do other things and, you know, when school comes involved and I just always wanted that friendship. And like, I'm like, that's why I'm glad I have you because we like know how to like balance the two.
Exactly.
And I feel like in some other like friendships that I've had, especially when I was younger, like I'm like, are you my friend or
literally
not? Like, are you my friend or not? So I feel like that, it's like, it's also just finding relationships and friendships and all of that is just so hard.
Yeah.
Especially because you're like, what are you trying to do?
No, exactly.
You know?
And it's hard in general. Like it's hard in like normal life too for like everyone. And then being put in like this like environment and then trying to find like genuine friends and relationships and whatever is so hard.
Yeah.
And especially from such a young age because it's like all you kind of knew and then like nobody, if you had friends that like didn't really understand, it's like it's very difficult.
It really is. Yeah.
I would say that was probably one of the hardest parts for me too. Was like finding the right circle. You know? Especially moving here, it was like I don't really know, but I will say like some of the friends I made when I first moved here with dance are still some of my like best friends.
I feel like the dance community though is just like
it's so strong. I love it.
It's so strong. Like even like all of the dancers that I like danced with when I was younger, and even some of the dancers that danced on Julie and the Phantoms and Descendants, like I still follow them. I'm still like showing love, like because the community, like it's just amazing, and I love the dance community. That's one thing I can say. Like I always want to get back into dance because I'm like, I just miss it. I miss the vibes. Like
I know
so
it's just like I will say dance is a very competitive industry too, but for some reason it feels kind of different than I would say acting or music. Like I don't know, like I feel like everybody's very supportive in the dance industry too of each other and. I don't know, it's such an amazing space. I love it.
I think so too. I think a lot of dancers also growing up, I feel like being a dancer was super, super hard. I mean, I was never a competitive dancer, but I like did one competition and I like got like 5th place and I was like, not competing again. Just because I'm like the most competitive person ever. Like it's so bad. But I feel like with dance, like I've always seen how hard they work. And it's just like also them being able to work so hard and then just be like, no, all of us are friends, even though we competed with each other. Yeah. We're all friends. And the love that I got like from when I got 5th place, everybody was so sweet. Even like the first runner up, even the second, like they were so sweet. And it's just like, that's always what I carried in my heart. I'm like, I got the dance community. I got y'all.
No, it is so true. And I love that.
Yes.
But I don't know about you. Like one thing for me that I feel like has been also hard is like the whole comparison of this industry. Because, you know, I feel like, I don't know if this is like it's always been like this, but recently for sure, I feel like it's like normalized to like have so much success so young. And I think that like it can get like hard getting like caught up in seeing people who are like younger than you like achieve things that like you like see for yourself. And I don't know if like you ever have gotten like caught up in the comparison of it all and like what you've really done to like, you know that like you have your own path and like everybody's like kind of like moving at their own time.
Yeah. I honestly give gratitude to my dad because he was kind of like my dadager growing up. And he always would tell me like what, like you, especially throwback to in-person auditions. I miss those so much.
I was just saying this yesterday. I miss it so
Because it was just a different vibe. It was just a different time, a different vibe. And it was just like where you could actually fully be the character and like sell the character.
And also people can see who you are.
Yes.
Also, how are you supposed to know like who I actually am from like my slate?
Yeah. Or from my 1 minute scene that I like cut a little bit so you couldn't see me say bye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
Yeah, literally.
But my dad always told me, he was just like, whatever is for you is for you. And also, if you give your all, leave it in the room. Yeah. My dad would never talk to me about, like, he would ask me, like, oh, how'd the audition go? And I'd be like, oh, it's fine. He'd be like, okay. We'd never talk about it again. He'd just be like, leave it in the room. I'm going to ask you just in case you, like, need that space to be like, oh, I didn't do good or I didn't do, like, that well. But he's just like, leave it in the room. And now doing self-tape is kind of hard because I'm, like, rewatching the clip. Like,
I'm like, nope, again.
Another one. And it's, like, constant being a perfectionist, but I think that too, it's just, I think it's just leaving it like there, send the audition, like delete it and just move on. And I think that also what helps me, and I feel like what I've been doing since I was younger is just like, I mean, I've always had friends in the industry, like Kylie and everybody, and I've always just literally been like, whatever is for Kylie's for Kylie, and I'm going to support her. Yeah. And in any way possible. Anything for Pressley, I'm going to support her. Yeah. She got this. This is your path. This is your way. And I'm going to work hard for my path. And I feel like once everybody just also worries about their own path, I think that the world would be better.
No, that's so true.
Literally. And just the industry, like once we all just like be like, just supportive instead of always so competitive, because it's like at the end of the day, whoever got it. Exactly. Just support them. Like just support them at the end of the day. Are we all going to be enemies forever? Like, are we all going to compete against each other forever? Probably not. No. We're probably going to see each other at the grocery store one day and be like, hey, you know? So it's like you never just worry. You just always just show love. That's always like, I agree, showing love.
No, it's so true. And like, what you said, like what's meant for someone will find them, and like that's out of your at least in my brain, like that's out of your control, like
literally like, way out of your control.
Our lives, our stories are all already like planned out. It really like is. We literally, all we can do is love each other and work hard, and that's it.
And as long as you know that you did the best that you could, leave it there. Leave it in the room. Or leave it on the tape and let them decide, because you can only do so much.
No, that is so genuinely true, especially with acting. Like literally so much of it is out of your control. Yeah. And I don't think that people like really realize that until you're in. I mean, I don't think I did until like I really started focusing on it and auditioning. And I was like, wow, like literally I could be just like too short. Or it's a puzzle. That's what my mom and I say all the time. It's literally a puzzle.
Or it's like they already casted your mom, or they already casted your best friend, and it's like, oh, well, they look too much like, or oh, like they don't really match with the mom. Like everything, it's always like the littlest thing. Yeah. And it's like you never just take it personally. You just keep it and leave it. That's all. Like that's really how I am. Or sometimes like I'm like, Dad, I feel like I could have just done one more. And he's just like, do you feel like you did your best? I'm like, yeah, but like there's just one more. And he's like, leave it. Yeah. Send it. Trust yourself. You got this. And I'm just like, okay. Dang it. Okay.
No, I think once you like really realize that like these projects are so much bigger than just your audition and just you, like it makes it so much easier, and you really can't take it personally.
At all.
I think that's with anything in life. You can't take things personally, because even with friends, like people are going through so much, and like that's something that I've like tried to think about. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not me. Like, I'm like, maybe like somebody's going through something, or maybe like there's so many other things and so many other things going on than just like what's going on in your life. Yeah. That like when you realize that, it's like, oh, kind of like puts everything into perspective.
It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like, you just get it. You just get it. Okay. Well, to close off my podcast, I always do this thing called Dear Pressley. Okay. Where I have this like, I don't know what to really call it, but it's somewhere where people can like write in and just come for advice, or just if they need like a space to talk. Because, you know, like I feel like nowadays people can feel like so like alone, and like I just want like people to know that they're not alone in literally like anything. And you know, even though like you're doing so many things, you're still a real person who deals with like so many things. So I have one today that we can read. Okay. It says, Dear Pressley, I I'm 16. I feel like everyone around me is living a normal teenage life. My best friends are so pretty and constantly receiving attention from boys. I love my friends, but I don't get the same attention. And it's really hard to live in a shadow from the people that you love. My self-esteem is crushing, and I'm wondering if you have any advice to help me grow and get out of my self-doubt.
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna give her a hug.
I know. It's like
virtual
hug.
Virtual hug. Oh, I mean, I feel like 16 is such a age where it's like there's so many emotions, there's so many things, especially being in high school. My advice, Queen, would be to learn more about yourself. You know, I feel like, you know, learn your favorite, you know, hairstyles, learn your favorite clothing. You like baggy jeans, you like low rise, you like high rise, you like flare, you like cowboy boots. Like, learn more about like what you like. Yeah. And I feel like once you know what you like, everything will come throughout the time. But I would say just like try to do also things outside of your friends. Like try, I don't know, dance. I don't know, like sports. No, like it's true. Something where you could have your own identity and something where you can call your own.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's also like what we were saying earlier, where like what's meant for everyone is going to be meant for them. And I think that that's like very similar to what we were saying in like the comparison thing. Like you can't like get caught up in what other people have and what you don't have, because when you're like caught up in like what somebody else is doing with their life, like you're missing out on yours. Like you're literally like missing out on all of the good things in your life and all the things that you could be doing because you're so stuck on like what you don't have.
Exactly.
You know, so I think like
and timing is perfect. Like timing is so important. Like I think that, and everybody is so different. Like comparing really does nothing because everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own things that they're going through. And I think that just trusting the timing is just everything, and trusting your own timing and 100%. Yourself too.
Literally, because everything's going to work out in the right timing for your life. It may look completely different than somebody else's or maybe everyone around you. Like, because I know that can be so scary when like everyone around you is like doing all these things that maybe you want to do, or like whatever. You just see them like achieving like all these things, and like you forget that you were also doing so many amazing things, but also like everybody's timing is so different.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody so right is. Yeah. Truth. Yes, but we love you, Queen.
No, literally.
And you are stunning within yourself. You are stunning inside and out. And don't let anybody's own opinion stop you from your own opinion. Okay? You are, I mean, I can't see you, but I already know from your text, you are beautiful. And yeah, so just trust yourself, love yourself, Queen.
Absolutely.
Period.
Oh, this was amazing.
This was so much fun.
So glad that you were here today and everybody got to hear about how amazing you are. If there's anything you want to share with anyone where they can find you, or just like literally anything.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. I try to post as much as I can. The Jadah Marie. Jadah with an H at the end. Yep, people forget that a little sometimes.
Yes. There's an H at the end.
Yes, there's an H at the end of Jadah. And then my TikTok, Jadah Marie.
Yay! Thank you so much. And thank you guys for listening and watching. And we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.